The Census Bureau reports income inequality in America is alive and well, and has even gotten worse in the last 15 years. By one analysis, the economic recovery of the last few years has really been a recovery for the rich. The top 1% got 95% of the income gain, while for most Americans, incomes remain stagnant. Sam Polk is a refugee from that 1%. Former trader and hedge fund manager says he's a recovering addict, addicted not to drugs, but to wealth. Polk spoke with America Tonight about the Wall Street culture of the 1% and his journey back from wealth addiction.
There have only been a few moments in my life where I saw something and it was like, that's what I want to do. And that first moment I walked onto a trading floor was one of those moments. I was a senior at Columbia. The idea of sort of graduating college and sort of falling off the face of the earth was really scary. And then you have like Goldman Sachs and Bank of America and CSFB and at the time Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns coming in and saying, oh, we've got this really blue chip job for you. Getting those internships was like, you know, for all my friends, that was what people wanted to do. I got this internship at CSFB and I was 22 years old. I remember the first time I walked onto the CSFB trading floor and it was just a whole different world than anything I had ever seen. And it looked like these guys were playing a game for their lives, like it looked like a big video game. I started Bank of America in August 2003. I worked with a guy that had 2 Ferraris and, you know, it was just like there was just money around. There was this one time on the trading floor when one of the senior traders, he had this great black hair, and somebody had asked him, how much would it cost for you to shave your head? And he said $6,000. And so they said, okay, you're done. And so this woman with hair clippers came onto the trading floor at like 10 in the morning, and while this guy was trading, literally shaved his head. And I remember thinking like how crazy that was that he was doing that, like it was totally bizarre, but I also remember thinking that he had just earned as much as my car cost. I was 27 years old when I left Bank of America to work for a hedge fund. That was the moment that I sort of started living a lifestyle that cost a lot. I asked my girlfriend at the time if she wanted to move in with me, and we moved into this cavernous loft on Bond Street. So I just paid for the whole year up front, so it was like $75,000. It was crazy. Around that time, I had started to notice something about Wall Street, and me on Wall Street specifically, which was that the only thing that was changing was how much money I was making. So I still, even though that first year was $40,000 and the second year was $75,000 and then it was $1 million and then it was more than $1 million, but I was also still jealous of other people. I definitely felt like I didn't have enough money. All I could see was my own need for $1 million, my need for my next bonus. I was using money to fill this hole inside me, and the problem was that no matter how much money I made, it sort of never fixed the sort of inner problem that I was feeling. And I do believe that that's probably true of the culture as a whole. Trading the market in 2008 during the crash was like being on roller skates on a ship in the middle of a storm. All of a sudden, I saw these guys at the top who were both saying that they couldn't have anticipated this stuff and weren't also taking responsibility for it. And I was like, oh, so maybe these guys at the top aren't, you know, masters of the universe. Maybe they're just guys that happen to be at the top, and what they're trying to do is hold on to their seats. It was definitely like a turning point.